Hi everybody, Dehead here, and I'm with It's Who Speaks, and this time we're doing a ZVT on the same map, Daybreak. So, last game was a pretty intense game, and I have pretty high hopes for this one. What do you think?
Yeah, no, Hideortoss is a pretty a sensible player, has been playing a lot of Terran recently, and has been always sort of a really vocal participant, always full of constructive criticism. We take him pretty seriously, and he's a good player. And Shadowwave's a fantastic Zerg player, as last game indicates.
Okay, so I'll just do the player introductions here. In the top right, we have the Red Terran, Hideortoss, and the bottom left, we have the previous game's winner, Shadowwave. So ZVT, Hideortoss has been trying to make mech work a lot. I played maybe 20-30 games with him, TVT. And he says mech works really well in TVZ, so I'm interested to see him implement that and how it works exactly. But there are a few major differences, mainly that the Sea Shank gets 2 supply, and also that the Widow Mine actually doesn't hit up anymore. So what do you guys feel is an added, as a good counter to Mutas for Terran?
Well, first, I just want to say the Widow Mine it no longer shoots up, but only costs one supply, so it's a much more focused unit on, say, area control, and provides a lot of stability for mech, especially in the late game. To compensate, we actually have given mech really good AA. The Thor is no longer, and hasn't been OneGoal since its conception, an AA unit. It's such an awkward unit to have in an AA role, because it's basically a ground battle cruiser. It costs 6 supply. You have to devote all of that power into a single slow unit, and so if it's not there where it needs to be, you're just going to take a lot of damage, and you don't have a lot of agency in it, and that's frankly just not a fun dynamic. So instead, we actually gave them a new unit called the Diamondback. It's a dedicated anti-air unit built from the factory, requires an armory. It's single target anti-armored, high damage, long range. It's basically an anti-air siege tank that is single target and has a very fast deploy time, and is a very mobile unit. And so you can split up your supply a lot more effectively and cover a lot more ground, and get it where it needs to be very quickly. But at the same time, the twist is, in order to get that anti-air, you have to deploy to make it immobile. So it's produced a lot of fantastic options, and it's not great against mutas, especially large numbers, but with good positioning, it really can help Terran survive until they get a much more powerful and decisive response, which is the Viking. We actually made the Viking an anti-air, anti-light unit to encourage capital ship play a bit more. And we even gave it a very small splash after an upgrade at Fusion Core Tech. And as a result, that happened last patch, and it has just made for fantastic games. You actually see carriers regularly. Carriers and Tempest versus Protoss. Protoss will use those units versus Terran. And similarly, Zerg actually has a really viable window to use Mutalisk Harass, which is always really interesting to see. So it's produced a really cool dynamic.
I do like the fact that you guys gave the Viking splash. It's like a neat little homage to the Valkyrie in Brood War, except that could actually hit ground as well. And a slight misclick from Shadow here, sending 6 drones across the map for some reason.
Oh no! Maybe he just thought he could take it. Yeah, I mean, we didn't exactly have the Valkyrie in mind. We really just wanted to focus, unlike the Valkyrie isn't a positional-based unit in Brood War. It's just sort of a thing that you use to kill clusters of units. And only until the very late stages of Brood War did it ever see any consistent use. Frankly, the Viking is a much more interesting unit than the Valkyrie. It's a lot more microable. You can do a lot more kiting and splitting, and so yeah, it has that stability, late game anti-air stability that the Valkyrie provides, but in a much more consistent and frankly skill-based fashion. I think Blizzard did a really good job with the Viking.
And just 2 Hellions getting in here and doing a fair bit of damage here, and killing off workers now. Ooh, actually killed off 5 workers already, so pretty cost effective for 2 Hellions there. And I'm interested to see what do you think is a strong composition? We have the traditional Roach, Hydra, Viper, Ling, Baneling, Muta, even Infestors. What do you think is a good composition versus, assuming Hideortoss does go mech, but it seems like he's going bio actually. But.
Honestly, you have a lot of options. Ling Muta is a little sketchy, but I mean, if you have a good understanding of where, say, Widow Mines are, oh god, that's a huge run by. Oh. Yeah, he's gonna fold. Oh man. There's three. There was three. There's three more kills. That could have been a lot nastier. Yeah, Roach Hydra is actually another really good composition. In addition to, say, like Infestor Broodlord. But I like Mutiling because you can transition into Infestor Corruptor Broodlord off of it. And you already are going to be benefiting from melee upgrades for Broodlings because you went Ling. It also gives you a lot of flexibility in case they do any sort of either heavy Hellion play or Hellbat play or like a Marine like bio transition. I've seen it happen, and you have upgrades for Banelings in place. So Mutiling's really good. Roach Hydra because of the sheer mobility of it and the possibility of just being able to deny ground with Swarm Hosts because you can turn Roaches into Swarm Hosts, as the chat is saying. I don't know, Zerg just has a lot of options to deal with mech. It's really a stylistic thing that offer a bunch of different pros and cons. I really like this matchup now.
Yeah, I really like the change you guys made to the Roaches where it moves really quickly when it's in the road, so it gives it like a hunting pack kind of feel and it creates a lot of tension. Especially against mech where it's very very terrain-based, very positional-based. The Roaches can just come up and spring underneath it and cause a lot of havoc. So I'm interested to see how Shadowwave is going to use the Roaches here. If it's only for defensive against the Hellions, or if he's actually going to be aggressive with it.
Yeah, I feel there's no reason not to get aggressive with it. They're a fantastic unit now for map control and really just durable harass. They move so quickly while burrowed, and once you get the upgrade, the Organic Carapace upgrade for him at tier 3, they literally have, like, if he, even with just +1 armor, he's going to have a ridiculous amount of armor while burrowed. It's going to be like 7 armor, and also fast regen. So unless they have a good number of units to just focus them down, they can just stay in your face forever. They're like herpes. It's awful.
It seems like Hideortoss has some preemptive turrets here, and was able to deny scouting of that Overseer. And he's sending out a group of Marines here, and they do have Stim, and Combat Shield's about to finish as well, so I'm wondering what he's going to do with this. And he actually does have 2 medevacs here, so... Oh, he's catching some Queens off guard. Oh, he does have some Roaches in play here, so I'm interested to see how Roaches fare against...
Yeah, with good burrow micro... With good burrow micro, I mean, burrow is so good. Yeah, like, look at that speed boost. Like, when they first burrow, they get a huge boost of speed. And with good burrow micro, you can basically play them like Blink Stalkers. It's just so powerful and effective. But he looks like he's going to go on the offensive with them. But he's... Oh no, the third thing...
He should be able to hold a few Spine Thralls here and gains in place. Meanwhile, I'm interested to see how much damage he's going to be able to do with these Roaches, as Hideortoss does not have a turret in the front of his base, so these Roaches are going to be able to get in undetected here. And,
oh no.
Oh, there is actually a turret at the back here, so he has to be careful. Oh,
back. Oh, there.
Splitting them off, half into the main, and he is doing some damage in the map.
With that speed.
And it seems like the ones in the main, oh, there they go right now. And he's actually killing a fair number of workers here.
And he has these three, the ones that the natural didn't get killed have been tucked away. Oh, and that pullback is so good. Oh, but he went, wrong way, Roaches. One live. Oh, but here comes 3 more. Little dicks. Oh my god, these guys are so obnoxious. Oh, he's just gonna let him go. That's sad. Oh, well, because he's focused at not. Yeah, there's a drop in the main by Hideortoss.
See how many workers he managed to kill. Oh, he's up to 14 workers killed now, so some pretty good damage from him. And he actually has more SCVs than Shadowwave has drones, and they're on equal bases right now, so that's not good for Shadowwave right now. He either needs to take a fourth and drone up heavily, or he needs to try to do some damage to the third, which is fairly undefended at this point.
Yeah. I mean, roaches are just so nasty. I mean, they're a bit pricier, and they're a tier 2 unit, but, I mean, he has the tech, and 25 more minerals. I mean, it costs as much as a Marauder. And especially now that he's donated so many Marines, I think the sensible thing is to just go on the offensive and just try to deny this third. He can do it, too.
And it seems like he is going to do just that. Burrow the Men is moving out right now. And see
now there's a technique called dolphining that you can do with these guys, where you can rapidly burrow and unburrow them to make them go a little bit faster. Porpoises of the space platform.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh, these guys are just... Yeah, he's gonna have to live, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Got some tanks in place.
Oh, and he's gonna try to go into the tanks, but no, there's a tanks, so he's gonna have to retreat for now. But he did force lift up the third, and if he does follow up with the fourth of his own, he should be in okay shape. So let's see if he chooses to do that. I'm actually picking up a few weights here. Hideortoss is a bunch of 2 units.
God, they're just so nasty.
And it seems like Hideortoss is going into the main with another drop. One medevac with 4 Marines and another medevac with full 8 Marines coming in, but Shadowwave actually tries to do a run by into the main with all the crew, which is great. I'm not sure if that's the best idea right now, as the Terran isn't very spread out, so let's see how much damage you can do here. And the drop in the main is wrecking havoc on Shadowwave's drones right now, and he just pulled them right now.
Yeah, he's gonna lose that queen too. I mean, he really needs to have that. He needs a larva right now. But he's keeping... And the mining has just been really inconsistent. But his, but Shadowwave's fourth hasn't been established yet.
Yeah, he's just putting it down now. And ooh, he actually...
Yeah, actually a Nidus form... Oh no, that's such a huge blow.
And he hasn't even started remaking his lair yet, did he? No, he still has a spawning pool up. Actually, not for long. Yeah, if he loses the spawning pool, then his hive is going to be extreme. I feel that the only option Shadowwave has left right now is to make a whole bunch of roaches and try to do as much damage as he can right now. And in fact, he is making a Banelander's Nest along with his spawning pool, which is not a bad choice, but Hideortoss does have a heavy number of tanks right now. It's actually up to 11 tanks, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, given the state of his economy, up until very recently. Oh no, I was thinking the possibility of swarm hosts. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Because he could morph the Warren into a deep Warren. I don't think this drop's going to do too much damage. Nope. Kills the Spine Crawler.
Yeah, you guys did make an interesting change to the Swarm Host, giving the Locust AoE damage, but I feel in that it's a situation with all these tanks, it's not going to be too useful at this point. They do need
it's much better. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, it comes at the cost of attack speed. They attack much slower than standard Locusts, and they don't have the Enduring Locust upgrade. So their reach is significantly less. It makes the Swarm Host a really good positional defense unit, at the cost of it being, it's still really good as a siege unit, but it gives more time and more opportunity for counterplay when it's used offensively. Also, picking off a lot of nice drones at the fourth, that really just hurts. It just jets on out of there.
Yeah, it's up to 42 workers killed. But but actually Shadowwave has killed 31 workers of his own, so... But the supply difference tells all the story right now. If you check the army supply...
yeah, Terran's max.
Yeah, Hideortoss has 138 supply versus 88, so... It's going to be very hard for Shadowwave to hold off here. I don't know why I keep calling him Last Shadow.
Latch. Very direct. Yeah, right of it. I mean, yeah, there's no way.
But here comes all the
this is a hell of a play. Oh, everything's bunched up. The family, we're not in their, well, we're not able to pick up those rings at the top.
Yeah, unfortunately they did that.
And this push is going to keep back. Yeah.
And another drop in the main. Sniping the hatchery once again, so